We have a bunch of stuff to talk about here in today's video for Black Ops Cold War, a new mini year 2 DLC update. It's a Mastercraft added to the game. It's listed as Season 7 content, which is kind of weird. We'll go through the Mastercraft, we'll buy it, we'll talk about it later on in the video. We're also going to talk about more year 2 content coming to Cold War. Will Call of Duty pull the trigger and release Zombies Chronicles 2? We'll talk about that, and also some updates for Vanguard Zombies. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, and be sure to drop a like on the video as well. Before we get started, I have a couple of polls on my Twitter right now. I want you guys to vote in. We have best Call of Duty multiplayer for the past 3 years, Vanguard, Cold War, or MW 2019, and another poll here, best Call of Duty zombies for the past 3 games that had zombies as a playable mode. That's Vanguard, Cold War, and Black Ops 4. I wanted more of a modern look here as to what people are feeling nowadays, excluding the games that I feel like would easily be in the top spots in this poll. That would be BO3, BO2, BO1, maybe even World at War. Those are all such classics at this point. So I decided to do more of the recent Call of Duties here. Again, links to those 2 polls will be down below in the description, and be sure to follow me over on Twitter. Really do appreciate that, guys. Now, first up here, let's talk about year 2 in general. Then we'll get into that Mastercraft, but let me know down below, and be sure to leave a ton of comments because I'm going to be doing a huge video on Cold War Year 2, and then also another video more specifically on Zombies Chronicles 2. Of course, the leaks and evidence we have right now for that update. Treyarch obviously did talk about this year, or at least a dev, Kevin Drew, over at Treyarch. He's been tweeting about Zombies Chronicles 2. He said it's possible. Don't stop tweeting about it. Don't stop talking about it. So it's all there. And leave your comments down below. What do you want to see a part of a ZC2 update? Of course, the most realistic case here is Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, the 3 maps that have never been remade or remastered. But would you want to see other maps remade or remastered into Cold War Zombies, into Treyarch's 2023 Call of Duty? Let me know, because we've said before, I mean, Black Ops 3 has already been out for over 5 years, 6 years now. So maps like Shadows of Evil, Drazendrak, Garad Krovi, I mean, those could easily be remastered, and it would be a long enough time period for it to kind of make sense. Do you want to see other maps as well? Would you want to see an original version of Mob of the Dead return in Cold War Zombies? I mean, leave your comments down below. I'll be sure to include a bunch of them in that video. I'll be making that video probably in the next 2 weeks or so, so I'll leave a lot of time for you guys to talk about that there. But again, we do have to be careful not to hype ourselves too up, because realistically, are we even going to get a Zombies Chronicles 2 update? We just don't know for sure. I mean, chances are we don't see any of that, and maybe they'll save all of this stuff that they were going to do for Cold War Year 2 and bring it over to Treyarch's 2023 Call of Duty, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And again, I'll have a separate video on that as to what they could do for that 2023 Call of Duty such a long time from now. But, you know, I feel like a lot of the plans they wanted to do for Cold War that they couldn't because of, you know, the pandemic and the development issues behind the scenes. And now, you know, Call of Duty trying to focus on the new game. Maybe all of the Treyarch's crazy zombies plans they had for Cold War during the main seasons of the game during year 2 right now were just pushed all the way to the next game in 2023. You know, we'll talk about that in that video, in a future video as well. All right, so we're here in Cold War Zombies. Let's take a look at this Mastercraft in the store. Again, this is the first Mastercraft released during the year 2 season of Black Ops Cold War since Vanguard first came out over a month ago now. Super interesting stuff here. I don't know if they're going to continue to update this game as much as we would want, and for zombies specifically, we'll see what they end up doing, but definitely interesting to see that we do have a Mastercraft bundle with specific zombies enhancements in the store during Vanguard's life cycle now. Really interesting stuff here. We'll talk more about Cold War Year 2 DLC, specifically for zombies, later on in this video, and of course in future videos, but let's go through this bundle here. Let's buy it, check it out. We have the Mechanized Fury Mastercraft bundle. We're going to click on this here, unleash the full arsenal with the Mechanized Fury Mastercraft bundle. It's 1,800 COD points, not too bad. First one here, we have the Warbreaker AR Golf. I wish they just told you what weapon it was. This is actually the FARA 83, so taking a look at this here, not that bad. Pretty cool vibes. It's not the most extravagant Mastercraft we've seen, but it's definitely kind of a cool, almost like a spacey vibe. I don't know. Pretty sick there. And we have the Steeled Might LMG Charlie, which is the M60 LMG. Also kind of cool. I mean, I kind of like the FARA a little better, but it's a cool color scheme, I guess. Definitely not bad as well, but obviously, you know, this one is the Mastercraft one, the FARA, so this is the main one we're going to be looking at here in the video. We have the Metal Minnow vehicle skin. I don't know if I said that correctly, but pretty cool as well. Not bad. I like the blue vibes here on these two at least. We have the Beep Bop vehicle horn. Okay. Okay, not bad. Death Drop Charm, cool as well. We have the Launch Time Accessory, another cool one there. Cross-bolted Reticle. I don't really use the Reticles ever, honestly, so Reticles I don't really care about. Robotic Emblem, not a I kind of like that one, actually. Armored Up Calling Card. That's a cool one as well. So, of course, the main things here are always just the weapons and, you know, maybe some of these skins, like the vehicle skin. Like, that's what you're using most often. That's what you're going to see most often when you're playing Call of Duty in general. So, you know, that's that there. But main thing here, again, we're going to look at the AR Gulf, the Warbreaker Mastercraft here for the Farah. And we'll go into a game, we'll go into zombies, we'll check it out. I guess first, before we do that, let's buy it here. So, confirm purchase. There you go, purchase complete. I feel like it's lagging a little bit. Okay, got our stuff. Warbreaker Ultra Season 7. Really weird. I don't know why it says Season 7. I don't know if that's just for the game, just to code it. So it's not technically Season 6, but I guess it's also not really Season 1. I guess I don't know. It's very weird why it says Season 7, but that's what it says there. Interesting. Warbreaker. We'll put, I don't know, Ring of Fire. Healing, I don't know, honestly. Ring of Fire. We're just gonna hop in really quickly, play some stuff here, check it out. Let's go. I'm feeling, I want to do a bright one first. We'll do D Machina. I kind of, actually, let's do Martyr Toad. Let's do Martyr Toad. I do want to hop into a lighter map just to check it out when it's bright, because that probably does affect the way the weapon looks. So we'll do a dark map, Martyr Toad first, and then we'll do a lighter map, D Machina. All right, so we're in Martyr Toad. The blueprint looks kind of nice here. I feel like we definitely have to hop into D Machina. It's gonna be a lot easier to see on that map, but you know, it's just in case, you know, you are playing this map, you are playing on a darker map, like, you know, even Sanatorium and Outbreak, or, you know, Forsaken as well. This is how it's gonna look. It looks cool. It's definitely not as bright and extravagant as some of the other Mastercrafts. It's not really popping out as much as I would like it to, but it's not a bad skin. It's not a bad look for a Mastercraft. And this also has the Cryo Freeze elemental damage, so it'll automatically do that, which is pretty cool as well. And now look at it with the flashlight off. I mean, this just looks like a black weapon. So of course, like, the flashlight being off probably isn't the best move right now. And once we turn on power, it'll look a lot better. I should probably go and do that, actually. But, you know, with the flashlight off, you can see, like, this looks like absolutely nothing. So maybe for the beginning, keep the flashlight on just to actually look at the skin you just bought. But overall here, I wish it was a bit more bright. But it's still surprising to even see a Mastercraft during, you know, a year 2 season right now anyway, after the new game is already out. I mean, again, like, we saw some kind of, you know, minor updates every so often for MW 2019 when Cold War was out, and of course Modern Warfare 2019 did end up getting some extra MP maps and an extra weapon or two, but for Cold War to already get a Mastercraft, it seems like they may update it a little more than we may think, but again, we'll talk about that later on. Let's do a little inspection here as well. Again, I'll do this in D Machina just to really check this out. It's going to be easier to see there, but I just want to try on Martyr Toad first. Not too bad. Guess it's, you know, fixing the little weapon there. Pretty cool. Overall, pretty cool. It's not the craziest thing I've ever seen, though. It's again, like, this is just like a normal Mastercraft bundle. I don't know how many people are gonna get this. I mean, you could also use this in Warzone, so if you have, like, completely moved on from Cold War and you think this is, like, a waste of money, you could still do it in Warzone. You could use this in Warzone. That's definitely a really good thing there. So any old bundles that you're buying, even from, like, Modern Warfare, the fact that you could still use that stuff in Warzone is actually a really, like, smart play by them, because it makes all of the old bundles and blueprints, like, not completely worthless, which I do appreciate, because if you're buying bundles on the old game and then everyone moves on to the new game, you may feel kind of left out. The fact that you can still use it in Warzone is definitely a good thing to see. All right, we're in D Machina now. Let's check this out. Let's do this weapon inspect. Okay, it's a lot easier to see what we're looking at here. Okay, again, like, not the craziest thing, but it's not bad. I mean, you're not normally doing a weapon inspect when you're playing zombies, so I guess it's not a big deal. It's just a little, like, novelty thing. It's just cool to look at, but I don't know. Overall, not bad whatsoever. All right, so here's the M60 blueprint. Actually looks kind of, I almost like this better than the Farah blueprint, low key. Like, the blue looks really nice on this weapon. Kind of wish they had that blue again on the Farah, but, you know, it's all good. It's still a cool blueprint, but let's check the inspect here. I doubt it's going to be anything crazy. Just a normal inspect. Yeah, it's just like, it's just how it is. Okay, it gives us a cool look at the weapon now. I mean, look, this is a cool weapon. This is a cool skin. And by the way, I'm also kind of sick. That's why I haven't been uploading the past couple of days. And I'm taking like long breaks between recording this video right now. So, you know, you guys aren't going to see that in the editing process or after the editing process because I'm going to, you know, cut it all up. But I'm talking fine. I feel like I sound okay, but I'm not okay. So hopefully I get better because there's a lot of videos I want to make, a lot of stuff I want to talk about. You know, we're just doing this little video here because I just couldn't go another day without uploading. So hopefully you guys, you know, bear with me here with this. But overall here, this is what we have for the M60. Not a bad blueprint whatsoever. I haven't played Cold War Zombies since Vanguard released, and it just feels so weird hopping back on this game. To me, it feels like this game came out such a long time ago, but it was only like the last Call of Duty. Like, I literally played Cold War Zombies like 2 months ago. Like, it hasn't been that long, but it just feels like forever, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I kind of miss it. I do definitely miss it. And obviously, again, you know, I think most people want to see more Cold War Zombies updates. I don't know, like, I don't know what the word is nowadays. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if, you know, Zombies Chronicles 2 is still on the cards for Activision. I mean, I guess, you know, again, their thinking is that, you know, you want to update the new game. You want everyone focused on the new game. You want people to play the new Warzone updates. You want people to, you know, buy Vanguard to level up their weapons to use in Warzone. That's probably the main thing they're focused on right now because that's, you know, how you get more sales. Buy Vanguard, you level up your weapons, you could use it in Warzone. That's the main thing for them right now. So does Zombies even fit into those plans? Do they even care if, like, you know, Cold War Zombies gets an extra update? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's their, you know, priority right now. Although I feel like it would garner a lot of attention. And what I said before, and again, I'll make a specific video, you know, going through how they could actually release some year 2 updates or specifically a Zombies Chronicles 2 update and, you know, make a lot of money and make it a success. But, you know, just what I'm thinking right now off the top of my head, release the maps, have the maps free, so Transit, Die Rise, Buried for free, maybe some other content as well for free in the game, some new LTMs, maybe Grief. Now, that'd be cool as well to see. And then just release a bunch of, like, $20, you know, $25 Mastercraft bundles, one for each of the, you know, Victis characters, Misty, Stuhlinger, Marlton, Russman. I mean, and you could do like the Ted bus driver as well, that as a little bundle operator there with all different blueprints and Mastercrafts, and just they could do so much, and they could probably make so much money just off of some like one hyped release of ZC2 with all of these different store bundles and all the stuff and all these little additions you could buy while having the main DLC for free. And realistically, are you, you know, taking players away from the main game? I don't think so. Are you taking players away from Vanguard? I mean, if you're playing Vanguard Zombies, I feel like a Cold War Year 2 update like that specifically for zombies won't really take away from the attention that, you know, Vanguard and Warzone has right now. Because if you're a Zombies fan, most likely you're not really that interested in the Vanguard and Warzone updates. So for these Zombies fans right now, they're kind of left to play nothing. So I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal to have some attention diverted back to Cold War Zombies. But again, we'll talk about that in a future video. But let's go through all of the Vanguard Zombies changes here. For objectives on Purge, we have visibility improved in low light areas, making it more visually clear when capturing control runes. The progress bar no longer overlaps various notifications such as challenge completions, rank ups, weapon level ups, and more. Professor Craft will now acknowledge Purge objective completions. For Covenants here, for Brimstone here, Brimstone no longer damages zombies when the player is downed. Brimstone has been adjusted to now only deal damage to zombies that are in the player's line of sight. For Dead Accurate, launchers now work as intended with the Dead Accurate Covenant. For Swift Vengeance, updated the description of Swift Vengeance to reflect that only weapon damage is increased with the use of this covenant. Knives now work as intended with the Swift Vengeance Covenant. For weapons here, addressed an issue where weapons obtained from crates briefly displayed the wrong model when dropping. Addressed an issue where some mystery box weapons would appear with their magazine detached from the weapon. Addressed an issue that prevented players from loading into a match with their preferred custom reticle. And addressed an issue that incorrectly identified some launcher damages as critical hits. Some gameplay changes here. Portals will now provide players with an opportunity to visit each destination before giving an option to return to the same location, pretty much making people actually go to all these locations and not going back to the same objective map over and over again. I like that change, definitely. Closed various exploits that prevented players from taking damage from zombies. For challenges here, melee camo challenges have been adjusted to count kills, not eliminations, with the exception of the Skirmkrieger. I don't know if I said that correctly, but that's that there. The UI changes here. Zone names have been added in places where they were absent from the map. The in-game scoreboard now shows the player in the correct ranking, and address an issue with overlapping scoreboard user interface. For audio, address an issue in which operator and announcer voice communications could compete with each other. For subtitles and text, multiple fixes for subtitles when players select the English language, multiple fixes for voice lines and subtitles when players select the German language, fixes for text descriptions when selecting Brazilian Portuguese, and fixes for subtitles with the Polish language. And for stability finally here, address an issue that would sometimes kick a player to the main zombies menu when copying and replacing loadouts, and finally, various stability fixes. So those are all of the changes there for Vanguard Zombies. Of course, I'll be making future videos on more structural changes, actual gameplay changes to the style of Vanguard Zombies we would want to see. Is it possible? Is it realistic that they'll change this mode that much? Is it pretty much set in stone that the way Fong is right now is the way it's going to be for the rest of the year? You know, we don't know for sure, but again, leave your opinions on it down below. What do you want to see for Fong? What updates do you think will make the mode better? And all that good stuff. And again, I'll be sure to talk about this a lot more in the near future. But that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, links down below to my Twitter. Be sure to vote in those polls. Discord also down below as well. Great place to be to meet new players and participate in polls there as well, and a bunch of good stuff. There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.